All right. Give me a second. All right, we live. All right, welcome back to the Factz podcast, man. We're back again with another video, man. Back again with the boys. Uh, we got
Sir.
some, we got some returnees again. It's always good. But before we even start, everybody, man, welcome. Thank you guys for subscribing, man. Appreciate y'all. I've been seeing more likes and more interaction and everything. So no, I appreciate it. So we're back again. We got we got my brother High IQ back. You know, that was a very interesting episode we had, man. And I'm not sure if you didn't for me you didn't pass the high IQ facts yet, bro. But welcome back. I'm not gonna get started now. How you doing, man? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Hi, Q
Good?
always, man. Speaking facts every day.
How you feeling today?
Well, I'm feeling high as usual, man. Full of facts.
Is it a good high?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, all right. All right. Well, that's good. Yeah, we got a new guest over here. What's your name, brother? Is it like Kevin?
Kevin, yeah.
Focus right now, bro.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm all right, man. How you feeling?
Good.
Good to have you on the pod.
I'm here to challenge Henry. I like you.
Yeah, nah, we need that, bro. We need that because I don't know, bro. I don't know about Henry. You know, I personally, I love people to have their own opinions and they believe in the way they see football. But there's certain things that if you constantly watch football, it's just basics, man. And you know, high IQ reminds me of one of my other brothers, Lems, man. It seems like y'all just lost the fundamentals of football. You know, y'all just see football the way y'all see football. So I'm good for you to be here counter to him. But so welcome here. I'm gonna come back to you in a minute. And we got we got Ums back. You know, Ums, how you feeling? I don't know if he's can hear me.
Umzi.
I'm not sure if he can hear me yet, but we're gonna come back to him. We got Mom in the building. Mom, how you doing, brother?
Nah, I'm doing good, bro. Doing good. How y'all doing, bro?
Back.
Yes, sir. Good to be back. It's another week, you know.
Absolutely. So let's start with Kev, man. One of these days I'm gonna write these questions down, but I'm gonna throw it off the dome. So the big ones that we normally got a couple questions that we ask every guest on the first time coming on the pod, just to kind of gauge, you know, where you at on the spectrum. Are you like a high IQ extreme, or are you like a normal football fan? So this is kind of like a range to see where you at. So the first one,
I think. Oh wait, okay, go ahead.
Nah, what would you about to say?
No, go ahead. I thought your question was done.
Yeah, nah. So the first one I'm gonna say, Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi.
Oh, Messi.
Okay. Lissandro Martinez or John Stones.
Lissandro Martinez or John Stones. Can I elaborate on this a little bit?
Yeah, 100%. Please.
I think they're both good players.
First of all, you gotta pick one though, right? But you
I'm gonna pick one.
Go ahead.
Gonna pick one. Yeah. I think they're both good players. I think Alessandro Martinez is coming from Ajax, you know. This is his first big move. It was in the beginning of the World Cup, he was not really a starter, so we have not seen him that much until last season. And then the injury came. So if I'm going based on last season and also based on my eye test, I will go with John Stone. But I think it's a close one, but John Stone has improved a lot, so I'll go with him.
John Stones? Okay.
Yeah.
Bruno Fernandes or Martin Odegaard?
Are we going like better players or better season?
You gotta pick, brother.
Better players?
I'm just saying Bruno Fernandes or Martin Odegaard.
This one I'll take Bruno.
Okay. Is there a reason why you pick Bruno?
I just feel like obviously Martin Odegaard came during the time where we had a couple young players and they were all supposed to be the next greats. It took him a while to get to this place, you know. Couple of loans from Madrid. He could not really get his place in Madrid. I feel like Arsenal is perfect for him. I watched Bruno Fernandes when he was in Sporting Lisbon, and I knew it was gonna be a star from the jump. Obviously, it's been up and down for him, but I think if he stops faking fouls and stuff, he can be a very good player. So, but I think Bruno. I think right now I'll say Bruno. I'll give Martin Odegaard a little bit of more time. You know, season, one good season or 2 seasons. I'm gonna give it a little bit of time.
All right, and the next one, Andres Iniesta or Luka Modric?
It's a tough one right there. It's a tough one right there.
So I'm more old school, okay? Andres Iniesta, legend, great. Modric, the same thing. This is a very, very, very close one. This is probably the closest. This is even closer than Messi and Ronaldo to me.
Wow. Yeah, it's a pretty tight one. Even for me, it was a pretty tough one too.
Yeah. So I'll go with Iniesta on this one. It's a very close one. I'll go with Iniesta. I can pick anyone. I'll be fine, but I'll go with Iniesta.
Yeah.
Okay. We got this one. This is another one. I don't know if it's Lulu or Bika that came this one. It's Saka or Foden.
Saka or Foden.
Yeah, I think that's a tough one, man. Dang.
This one I'm a little passionate about. I'm a Chelsea fan, by the way, but this one I'm a little passionate about. So I'm gonna explain this. So just for now, I'm gonna pick Saka because obviously if you have skills and talent, you still gotta show them, you know. But
yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah, you go.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I said I'm gonna pick Saka, right? But I'm gonna explain why I'm picking Saka. For me, like a few years ago, when I saw Foden play for the first time, I'm more like a technical player. I like watching technical. When I saw Foden play, I'm like, this is gonna be one of the best English players. Because Foden played like he's Spanish. He played like he's from Spain. He don't play like a true English player. Mm-hmm. But skills, talent, you still got to put in the end results. And Saka has been playing way more than Foden. So obviously, I'm going to pick Saka but then again, Arsenal and Man City team, you have better players in Man City. So it's harder to get into that team. But I'll go with Saka for now because Saka play ahead of him in England.
Yeah. And Saka kind of is more impactful too in his team. He's like they don't rely.
Foden play like Foden is a lefty and he play like that. They're both lefties anyway.
They're both lefty, yeah. But like Foden,
like Spanish players.
Yeah, but it's like the only edge that Saka has right now is like they actually need Saka. Whereas with Foden, he's not really a starter. Like he comes off the bench. Sometimes
that part I disagree.
Because he's not a starter.
No. You say they need Saka.
Oh, they definitely need Saka. Arsenal need Saka for sure.
Yeah. So let me explain what I mean by I'm going to disagree. Then obviously Arsenal needs Saka, but I'm not going to use that to judge Saka over Foden.
Oh, Foden, no.
Because Man City, you have Mahrez. Mahrez can walk into any Premier League team and still play.
Right.
You have David Silva, Bernardo Silva that came out of nowhere towards the end of the season and he was balling any position.
Mm-hmm.
And then Pep sometimes he played like 4 CMs at once.
Yeah.
So Man City team is very hard to get into. If Foden leave and go into another team, he might play every game too. But
so my point was
I'll go with Saka.
Right, my point was like the fact that Foden starts all the time, like you see more of his impact. You see what I'm saying? I mean Saka, yeah, because he starts all the time. That I'm saying that's the only advantage he has over Foden. Not that he's a better footballer. Yeah, it's just that like Arsenal right now in that position, there's nobody competing with Saka. So you'll get to see more of his impact.
And guess what? That's why they lost the league.
They choked. They choked.
They lost the league because the coach don't don't have the players to bench those key players.
Yeah,
Certain games you have to rest them. You know,
the depth
like,
was lacking.
you can't just keep going and keep going and keep going. You need rest. They don't have the squad.
See, I asked that to Mobash MB, he's a City fan, and he also said Saka. So that kind of just threw me off. Cause I think, I personally thought that would be a closer match, but I think everyone I've asked over, everyone's saying Saka.
That's because Saka play and the other guy don't play.
Yeah, he plays more.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So like he everyone's saying Saka, but not even. I don't even think he played. It's not about majority of people. Yeah, I think Saka starts more, but I just think Saka adds more to a team. Goal scoring, assists, pushing the team forward. I think Saka just edges Foden in just all those attributes. I think Foden is a better technically gifted player, but
Saka might
win you the game,
Yeah, but then also like there's a direct correlation there with like the amount of time you have to show that. You feel me? Like I feel like if Foden played equal number of minutes with Saka, that's probably the best time. That would probably be a better way to kind of compare them, because like Saka always starts if he's fit. Foden, not all the time. Like he sometimes gets like 35 minutes, second half. You know what I mean? So he has less time to show what he can do.
But Foden, he had games where he had games where he was consistent, especially last year, but like injuries derailed him, and then like Bernardo Silva. But like it's gonna be hard to like compare Foden and Saka, because like, for example, like with Pep, even though like they're free flowing attack, but if you look at Pep's system, all the players are actually stationed in their zone, and that's where they cause damage. While Saka, on the other hand, bro, this man, he pops up anywhere from like the middle, like in the right half. Like he's more of like, I see Saka and Foden. I see like Foden as more of like that playmaker, because that guy is actually good at creating stuff. And I see Saka as a pure winger, because even when he started out as a wing back,
I agree with that last statement.
Yeah, I see Saka as like a pure. It's like comparing like how I see it. It's like comparing a pure winger to like a hybrid playmaker. I remember.
And also, you gotta see. Also, it's the team. It's like
it's the team.
You never know who Pep is gonna start.
Yeah. And then Pep, Pep's system, Pep actually, I call it a cage. Like everything for Pep is set up. It's to the point like the players, they don't have to do all that crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Like they always have a body next. They always have a triangle, or nowadays we're gonna say the box, because everyone's doing the box. So there's always a box for like Foden to actually just pass and move. The only person who I've seen that Pep coach and was a dribbler was probably Messi, and that was it. A lot of them did not do a lot of things that Saka's doing right now.
And that's because Messi is a great talent.
Yeah. Messi is different, but like Foden. Remember, you guys remember Juan Mata, right? Remember when he was? I want you guys to remember when he was like at Chelsea. You play him on the wing, right wing. He's going to be effective, but he's not as effective until you put him in the center, and then he's go crazy. Foden just gives me that vibe.
Yeah. No, I agree, but I think for me personally, I just think that if you look at them and their style of play and everything, I think naturally Saka just adds more. Like it's just he's that player that he scores, he assists. Like Foden, he's definitely silkier.
Foden was more on the silky on the creative side, on the passing side, and all that stuff. Yeah, definitely.
But if you even look at like the England, like I don't know if it's in the Euros, right? Like Saka definitely outshined a lot of players. But Foden didn't start, but like that towards the last 3-4 games for England, he started, but he always got subbed off. Like Saka is there and he's scoring.
I think England too. I think England is not gonna win nothing until they change their coach.
No, that's facts. That's the whole different stuff. I agree with that. I'm a Southgate out. You know what I'm saying? Don't even get me started on Southgate. But you have too
many good players to be.
Just looking at those two players, in a situation where they're both playing for the team. Yeah, you can always say that Foden doesn't start. Pep has this, but if you just look at them individually, I think Saka is just way ahead of them, because
Foden,
Saka.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Mohamed.
I was gonna say, just Saka has that. You know how they, Van Gaal always talk about if you're good enough, you're old enough, right? Saka has that. He's good enough. He's really that good.
Man, I like what you just said. That if you're good enough, you're old enough. And we'll get back to that point. I just want to highlight that right now. Y'all see my background picture, right? So I'm gonna just for later.
Yeah. And we had some. Let me get to the comments over here. We have Al said, "Watch out for Mamadou." Boy, I'm scared to even say this last name. Dahoud.
Mahmoud Dahoud.
Dahoud, yeah, Mahmoud Dahoud for Brighton.
Because I think Al watched them. I think he watched them in Atlanta. They had a game at Brighton and Brentford, so he watched.
Where is he from?
One thing I want to say.
That winger, mom, the Ivorian. I think what's his name again? I forgot. I don't know what his name is. Brighton, their scouting system, they don't miss.
Don't judge a player based on precision, please.
Yeah. We gotta watch out. That's why we're saying watch out for him, because that's too early.
Yeah. So let's go ahead, man.
No. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah, let's try kind of transition to this and kind of to like what I was saying. I wanted to kind of touch on, just some of our Gambian players. We've been seeing a lot more come into the Premier League. Personally, I haven't really watched any of them. I'm not even gonna lie, but just wanted to kind of give them a big shout out. You have players like who just signed today. I believe I saw the news from Fabrizio. Adam Abojang. I think
he signed.
Yeah, he's going to Rennes.
He's going to Rennes.
Yeah,
Rennes, in France.
In France. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we had that coming on. So shout out to
guys. Sorry to cut you. I'm gonna join on my laptop.
All right.
That's fine.
It's Rame, not Ren.
That's fine, right?
Yeah, you good. Yeah, so he came on. You had another player, Yakuba Minte went to Newcastle, but I think they loaned him out to Feyenoord. Yeah, so that was big of him too. And then you have the Nicholas. I'm claiming him, bro. Nicholas Jackson. I'm claiming him.
Yes,
he's Gambian. He's Gambian. Yeah, he's Gambian. It's not even a debate.
Nicholas Jackson, bro. I'm claiming.
Yeah, yeah. Speak highly about it.
Yeah, so I've heard great things. I just watched the highlights of the Chelsea Newcastle game, and I've been hearing good things about him. I've heard
he's nasty, bro. He's nasty. He's nasty.
Hey, don't get me started, bro. Don't get me started.
Yeah, nah. So I saw his goals. And he just looks like a goal scorer. He looks like a goal scorer.
He's like that.
So yeah, talk about it, man. Talk about more of it. What y'all think?
Oh yeah.
No.
I'll let you go because you're a Chelsea fan. You don't care.
Like to be honest, he's doing his thing. I'm still skeptical, to be honest, because once it's cool, hopping in the preseason, playing 1 or 2 games here and then, showing out. But bro, once you hop on the league and you see players start using towels for balls, like defenders just attacking you and all this stuff. I'm that scared of him. I'm scared for him about that. We were playing against Newcastle. He got bodied several times and he did his thing. But because Chelsea, one thing about Chelsea fans, if you watch these Chelsea bloggers and all that stuff, everyone is holding their breath because you've seen what we had with strikers back in the days. We've only had 3 good strikers since I started supporting Chelsea. First, Anelka, Drogba, and Diego Costa. You know what I mean?
I don't know. So for me,
we have seen a lot of our strikers flopped. So
we don't want to.
Wait. Who are the last few strikers that flopped?
Timo Werner, Lukaku,
Morata. Bro, it's deep.
Yeah, what you said?
I said we had a lot of strikers that flopped, so a lot of Chelsea fans are holding their breath on this one.
Like who?
See,
Lukaku.
there isn't.
Okay, but see, Lukaku, right? Lukaku's case is different. Lukaku, his touch.
Oh, Lukaku, yeah, that.
Yeah, but also Lukaku, it's a combination of factors. It's one, he wasn't as hungry anymore. He you know what I'm saying, he went to Inter, came back. There's a bunch of things that with Lukaku, attitude and stuff.
That sound like you're making excuses for him now.
But no, think about it. Lukaku was playing for his best seasons were at Everton, when he was his early teens to 20s.
He had one great season at Inter Milan. That season he was probably top 3.
I'm not counting Inter Milan because I'm not. He's gonna dominate there for sure. But I'm talking about in the Premier League, right?
Lukaku he had Conte, bro.
No, I'm talking about his early career. Like his early career, he was dominating the Premier League. I'm talking about Premier League, regardless of like team he was in. So Lukaku actually was like a dog. So he wasn't like he didn't come from nowhere and flop. That's what I'm saying. So his case was a bit different. Like it's like he wasn't a total flop. It just didn't work out at Chelsea.
It was a flop at Chelsea.
I mean, it was a bunch of things though. Like the coaching style, the style of play wasn't working with him too. Like I remember, like people were saying, even Chelsea fans were saying, Lukaku is making all these runs, but Tuchel doesn't play that kind of football.
Nobody cross. Yeah, I
That's
get
what
that.
I'm saying.
But still, at the end of the day, it was still a flop. And I don't want to see him back at Chelsea. They should keep him over there.
Yeah.
Nah. So we got some of the comments. Al said, he's talking about Nicholas Jackson. He's not playing for Gambia. He said, thank God he didn't score. Thank God he didn't choose Gambia. And said Gambia doesn't even have a stadium and wouldn't make World Cup. Jackson is good.
They're renovating the stadium.
Yeah, the stadium's being renovated.
Yeah,
and Gambia did well, bro. We did well in the African Cup of Nations, bro. We went
under 20.
No, even the regular one. Like we did. We did well, And the under 20, the boys won it. So we coming up there, bro. Like you can't really compare. Gambia. We're starting to get those structures together. And just today, I was actually on a little space where they were talking about some of the things they're lacking, and you can see that some of these structures are starting to be put in place. So I think I have high hopes for Gambia because we've always had talent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The talent has always been there. Is getting the talent out and putting them in the right positions to excel. So I think that's starting to happen. So watch out for Gambia though. We're starting to get there. But shout out Nick. So wait, I heard Asen's perspective on Jackson. Kev, what you saying?
I saw the game in Philadelphia. I went to the game. So
you went to the game? Okay.
Yeah. See, I would never judge nobody on preseason. The guy looks good. His touches is good, but also the defenders are not as serious as they will be in Premier League. Nobody want to get nobody injured. You go out there, you sweat a little bit, entertain the fans, you out. So I'll give him some time. I hope they play him. I hope they play him and Nkunku together and they find good balance. For me, I think our major problem is the left back. I don't know why nobody's not talking about it. That Cucurella guy is ass. That guy
Cucurella is nice, bro.
Ass.
No, Cucurella, I ain't gonna lie. Cucurella, I had like high hopes for him before he joined Chelsea. I don't know what happened, bro. He's kind of behaving like Alex Telles. Like it was a lot. Nah, it's not even the same. I had better hopes for Cucurella than Alex Telles.
Also, we don't have a creative midfielder.
Chelsea, right now,
like that number 10. That get the ball, make that assist. We don't have that. We have Enzo Fernandez, which to me more is like an old mid.
That's what I keep. See, that's the thing. That's what I keep talking about with Asan. He always tells me Enzo's better going forward. To me, I don't see him. I don't see him as a attacking mid.
We saw him play his best. We saw him play his best football at the World Cup. Obviously, he's playing with Messi. He's playing with these guys, Di Maria. He's playing with better players. But it was playing holding mid.
That's what I'm saying. He was playing. That was his best position at holding mid.
I see him as a holding mid. I feel like we're missing that number. We're missing that Bruno Fernandes. We're missing that we're missing that KDB that can just from nowhere.
Yeah,
for that pass, we're missing that. So I feel like if we get one midfielder in and get a proper left back, what I mean, proper left back that can actually catch a forward. And also, let's ship, what is his name, Sterling. Just get him out of my club, please. That guy is ass. He's bad. I watch him, and that guy is just terrible. He don't even look like he's interested.
On the left back, but y'all got Chilwell though.
Not reliable.
After that injury, it was after he broke his leg, it was over, man. See, I miss the days of Hazard.
You're going way back in time. You gotta let
I miss the days of
Kev,
Batman.
you got let go of the past, man. That one you gotta.
But
Bro,
Kev, let
it's
me
like-
ask you this though. Like, I understand
Alright.
what you're saying with like, you can't judge a player on preseason, but just, let's put that aside for a second.
Yo,
like,
Mr. Jai, Mr.
you know-
Jai, let's talk about Mason Mount, man.
now we're gonna come to
We'll get
Mount.
to that.
We're gonna come to Mount.
Hi IQ, you've been awfully
Yeah,
quiet.
I was gonna point that out next. Man's is quiet, but Kev. So with Jackson, right? What are from what you've seen so far? Like, what are some of the good things you've seen, and what are some of the things that you're worried about besides the fact of just it being preseason?
Okay,
Just
so
a few games
Bro.
you watch,
yeah. I think from the positive side, I think his touches are very good.
Football.
He's a bit skillful. He's a bit more skillful than these forwards we have had in the past. He make good runs. I feel like where he will struggle is, let's say he goes 3-4 games starting of the season and don't score, and the media, the English media start attacking him. I feel like that might affect him because of the previous strikers we have had, where they struggle so much. Last season we struggled. We barely scored any goals. So if we don't get a kick, if we don't start scoring goals immediately, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think. But how much did you guys sign him for?
I'm not sure. I've not been like
I think
too
it's
current
about
this
it's about
window.
20 some million.
Yeah, so that helps him because I think with him, he's in a perfect position because he didn't come for high money. Lukaku is still on y'all books. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I just pray one more thing. I pray they don't give him number 9. Please don't give him number 9.
Yeah, that's cursed.
That's bad luck.
Which
Just
one did
don't give it
Felix
to
have?
him.
John Felix, which one did he have? He was a 10, huh? He got the 10 or the 9?
I think he had his 10. No, not 10. I don't think it was 10.
Aubameyang had the number 9. Aubameyang had the number 9.
I don't think it was 9.
Wait, is Aubameyang still a Chelsea player?
Nah, he went to Marseille.
Yeah.
I think he went to Olympic Marseille.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Marseille or Leon, one of them.
Okay. All right, so let's get in the comments. Sekou said Cucurella is more of a wing back. He's better going forward than defending. Yeah, I agree with that. But even last season, I don't think he was that great going forward for Chelsea.
Wing back.
Yeah.
Wing back.
But by the way, he was bought for
I disagree.
Was bought for 30. Chelsea bought him for 32 million pounds.
I disagree. You know who was proper wing back for us? Alonso and Victor Moses.
Yeah.
Alonso and Victor Moses. Those are wing back. This Cucurella guy can't catch me.
Some Chelsea fans slate Marcos Alonso.
Yeah. For his defense. Yeah, they say he was.
I'm talking about
the season Conte had him and Victor Moses, they were both balling.
2016.
They were both balling.
But Conte was the master of 3-4-3.
That Cucurella guy, if I run, he can't catch me.
No, but one thing about Cucurella that you guys don't understand, like he even said this man last year, he was going through something like internal like family situation.
Bro, he's not good enough, bro.
No. But here's the thing though, Cucurella at Brighton, everyone raves about him, right?
Oh my God.
No, I'm
saying that's
the jersey. I'm laughing at the jersey right now.
That's one thing I have also noticed about players. It's like when you play for Brighton and we play for Chelsea, it's two different ballgames. Like for example, Salah.
Brighton finished above Chelsea, bro. What are you talking about?
It don't matter. That was last season. Who is still the bigger club? If a scout come in your house right now and tell you Brighton or Chelsea, who will you pick?
Chelsea, there's no doubt. But
here's
my thing though.
When Zaha was balling for Crystal Palace, he got signed for Manchester United.
Yeah,
and he struggled bad.
Yeah. And then even that, even though Arsenal too wanted him, but they went and got Pepe for 70.
Who?
Arsenal wanted Zaha. They went and got Pepe, whatever his name is, Pepe for 70. Whatever his name is, that left-footed guy in France.
Nicolas Pepe.
Yeah, Nicolas Pepe.
No. Don't disrespect the brother, bro. What do you mean you don't know his name? Nico
But so back to like the Cucurella journey, like the only reason for one thing about me, I believe in like giving players like a full full season because when Didier Drogba first came to Chelsea, we wanted him out. Like he was not performing like how he was performing, but later on, everyone was like, "Yo, he has to start." But if you watch some of Chelsea highlights, he did not start some games for a reason. But after that, remember, the one thing about Cucurella, the only thing I like about Cucurella is just his defensive capabilities. But on the ball, he's just decent. Like, look at, for example, Wan-Bissaka, right? Back then, everyone always said the same thing. The boy cannot stay with the ball at his feet. But nowadays, bro, I enjoy watching that guy go up the pitch. Like,
that guy could defend. Well, he could defend.
He's not doing that. He's not doing that. He's not doing a trend. He's not doing a trend or read games on offense, but he's doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, he's doing better than what he can do, right? He's
yeah. No, now to be honest, that guy is like and when he goes on the when he has the ball and he runs with it, now that you start to see him attack the box.
This is what I have to say, Kev, about the whole Nicholas Jackson, right? So if we can wrap up that conversation is, yes, I mean, I typically I agree. Like generally, you don't want to just base player performance on preseason or what he can do on preseason. Yeah. But there's also some players that you see them right, and you know for a fact they're gonna be something special. Like I don't know, I have that kind of feeling.
I have seen too many players that I have to wait.
Like you Kev, I know what you're saying. No, I'm not trying to like I watch
Mom, that kid is going to be good, bro.
You watched him, right? You watched him real life.
I pray. I'm on my knees. I pray he do good.
Let me tell you something.
I'm gonna wait. Oh, is that Kev? I didn't even know that was Kev.
Yeah.
That kid is going to be good, bro. I watched that kid live, right? He's fast as hell. He got skills, bro. And he's just, everything you need from a kid, bro. You know what I mean? Everything.
You can. Okay, so listen to this. You can be very good. If you don't get service, you are useless.
But no.
Yeah, but you got Pochettino. You got Pochettino now, right?
I've watched Chelsea's game, right? Preseason game, right? Watch out for Chelsea this year, bro.
No, I know.
I pray so. I'm a Chelsea fan. I pray so.
I was impressed last season. Here's the thing, though, Kev. We need like Chelsea. We just look like we're missing that one piece, which is Caicedo. So some of the Chelsea fans, they posted like, you know how everyone's saying Chelsea needed a CDM so Enzo could be free.
Yeah.
So someone tweeted that on Twitter or whatever, right? And then they say like the board needs to sign like players so Enzo could like Flores or be free or whatever. He went and liked that post. That says a lot about we need a CDM.
We're gonna game because Brighton is obviously not gonna keep a player that don't want to play for them when you can make big bangs,
Yeah, and plus like the way we did it is healthy. We started with 60, 70, 80. We're not gonna jump straight to the 100.
Well, see, listen, as a Chelsea fan, obviously I want him, right? I don't blame Brighton. If players like Rice is getting paid 100 or something.
Oh yeah.
I will ask for the same.
Yeah.
And just so you guys know, I don't rate no English players. I can't rate English players.
No, any players unless you're Reece James.
Unless you Jude Bellingham, I don't rate you.
Reece James.
Reece James is
nah. Oh yeah, Reece James is very good too. Yeah, he's nice. You saw the sister go today?
I see that.
If we offered Reece James for Wan-Bissaka, ETH will literally drop Wan-Bissaka off.
Now Reece James is good.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Isaac had Reece James looking for a GPS.
Like. Yo, listen, I promise you.
Yeah, but it was not fully fit, though. It was not fully fit.
We're talking about. There was a reason why I remember talking about Reece for a reason.
Nah, but listen, Reece James I like Reece James, and I can see him easy. I can see him like maybe starting ahead of Wan-Bissaka. But currently, with the amount of work Wan-Bissaka has put in, I don't think Eriksen would do that to him.
No.
Listen, Reece James is a superstar.
He's ruthless. I ain't gonna lie, he's ruthless.
Ten Hag is ruthless. He's a star, not a superstar yet.
I mean, he's my superstar. I'm a Chelsea fan.
Yeah, for sure.
He's my superstar.
High IQ.
He just gotta be on feet. Where's Henry?
Henry's quiet. You know why? He's watching what he has to say because you're here.
Henry, throw your bomb. We're ready for your bomb.
I think that's Chelsea.
But you gotta let the newbies just talk while you just keep your facts. Bro, the first time I came to this podcast, right, I predicted my top four, and I said City, Liverpool, United and Chelsea. And you always say Chelsea, right?
Arsenal? You left
Bro,
Arsenal?
I don't think Arsenal makes top 4. I don't think they have the team to sustain that pressure. That's what I'm saying.
Bro, but here's the thing though. Okay, last year, like Chelsea, Liverpool, they were all trash, so Arsenal actually snuck in. But bro, like, even though like Arsenal are a joke, bro, that team looks good though.
Wait. So wait, hold on. Before we get into that, we gonna come on to those, right? So I wanted to kind of follow the structure we had. So we were talking about players, the Gambian players like Adam Abojang, Minte, and Nicholas Jackson eventually coming to the Premier League. I had a question I want to kind of get your take on, right? So with a lot of these young players coming in, what kind of path do you think they should follow to eventually reach the top, right? So a perfect example, before we even get to the Adam Abojang, if you look at Onana's career path, right, you can see Onana started at he was in Cameroon in the Eto's academy. He eventually went to La Masia, and then went to Ajax. La Masia. Then he went a couple of loans. Then went to Ajax. They went to Inter Milan, and then Man United. And you could see in all those different clubs, you can tell he probably gained something, whether it's footballing skills, intelligence, experience, exposure, whatever, to get to the high level. With these young players, the Bojang, because I think he had a couple options, but from what I'm hearing, he specifically chose that team because it will allow him game time, exposure to big, and just pressure and big moments. So what do y'all think? Like, if you're a young player, what type of route should you be taking? Or maybe even specifically Gambia. What do y'all think about that?
I think you should start.
All right, there we go. Asan, go. And next, I'm coming to you next. You've been super quiet. We're gonna come to you next. But Asan, go. What you saying?
So like when you listen to these old heads, like sometimes when they criticize the kids, they're saying like a lot of the kids, they just make that. Some of them, like certain kids, they can make that jump and just become a star. Like when Messi first popped in the team.
Thank you.
They could just make that jump.
Go ahead.
But certain kids, like they have to like literally start from the bottom to just observe every single like lesson, like education and all that stuff. Like everyone's development is different. So like if you're a star and you could just go straight into it like Manchester United and just own that shirt, that's you could just go for it. Yeah. But like certain players, I mean, as a youngin, you never know. Like,
here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. Like I was gonna say, like if you watch academy players, right? Not everybody. Sometimes they try too hard to impress the coach, right? And you can tell the difference between the players who are naturally talented, plus can play, plus they also understand the game, versus players who are like okay, but they're trying hard to like impress a coach. So they're not necessarily the worst players. They're just average. You know what I'm saying? So
I think to add to that, I think the biggest mistake you can make as a young star is not listening to advice. And also nutrition, the way you work out, the way you train, and also your attitude. Attitude is number one. Absolutely. If you don't get enough play time,
don't forget sleep. Mr. Ozu said he should take mad naps. Sleep helps a lot.
Yeah, Ten Hag was emphasized that too, and everything.
Yeah, so your preparation. It's like your engine. If you do oil change, take up your engine, your car will last longer. Yeah. So you can't be an athlete and do the same thing your friends do, and also your circle. Yeah, the people that hang around you.
100%.
Because you're young, you dumb. They say young and dumb. You can't do the same thing your friends that.
It's sacrifice. You gotta sacrifice.
Do. You gotta sacrifice certain things. You feel me?
Listen,
go ahead. I want to say something too. I think for me, he made the right choice. You can't compare him to like these European players.
Who are you talking about, Al? Who are you talking about?
Adam Abojang, right?
Okay.
So,
Adam Abojang?
Bojang, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like I say, Adam.
This man wanted to raise a war
here. I think he made the right choice because you can't compare them to the other kids, like kids in Europe, right? Because those people, like you can be talented, you still don't know the game, so he has to learn the game. He has a lot to learn. So you see majority of African players from Africa go to big clubs, they end up blowing them out. Because you're not going to come in the first year and make an impact. So it's like people from their academy make it easily to, like on top, like their first year, like Rashford, right? Because they know the game. They've been learning. They've been playing with senior players. So a kid from Africa, you're talented as hell. You don't know.
You gotta learn the game. You gotta learn the game.
Yeah, learn the game. So I think it is a good move for him to
And I think something that's important, right? You know, so Ums was mentioning like Mason Mount. You know, I think the loan market is very important too. You look at Mount's career.
Oh yes.
You went to Chelsea. You went to I think Vitesse, and then eventually went Derby, and then came back to Chelsea. That loan market is important. You know, like sometimes when you're in these academies, you are at that young age, you're probably the best in your age group. But if you want to go through the reserves and waiting for a chance, like you may not get that play time that you actually need. So going out on loan is important for some of these young players. But then for players in Gambia, I don't think it's more so going out on loan. Is like you might have to pick your club properly. If a United comes for you, United might not be your best route. Or you can lose to Bellingham. You know
Like
see, go to Dortmund instead of coming to United when they were looking for him.
For someone that have played the game for a long time, it's different. You know, when you're African in European, it's two different ball game. Europeans they can, you know, go from loans to loans, go loans to loans. At the end of the day, they're good. In Africa, you're thinking about feeding your parents. You're thinking about providing, making it as quick as possible. So it's the quickest contract you're gonna take. Because you never know if this opportunity is gonna come back.
Oh my God.
You miss one opportunity, it's over.
Well, I think once you
the age too, the age care.
Yeah, I think once you make it pro, the age of course.
But you gotta realize like.
But I think we're talking about. Yeah, I think we're talking about like once you make it pro. That's what we're talking about. Once you make it pro, there's a journey you can take that requires some sort of patience. You see what I'm saying?
100%.
Because
but this day and age,
not in. But I'm saying like Adam Aboja, he's young.
People don't take that process no more. People just go. You go for the biggest contract. You take it quick because if somebody bring 20 million to come sign you today, tomorrow you might not be there. So
it's all about timing, right?
Hey, do you remember that? Remember that Chelsea player, McEachran, the youth?
Yeah.
He didn't want him, but you know he could have gone to loans and all that stuff. And another thing that messes up what messed him up was the fat check he got. The payday. Hudson-Odoi got a fat check. So all these small teams, like they throw all this like money on little kids.
The thing is, some of these older African players, obviously not them Yaya Toure, not them Eto, but some of them, people like Adebayo, for example, they have given the continent of such a bad name where some clubs are scared to sign a typical African players because some of them come on serious. Some of them just want to make money and they don't care about if they play, train or nothing.
But Adebayo, I mean, it would kind of be unfair to say that because the guy was a baller though. Like he
was a baller, but it was a baller when the contract was going up close to an end.
Yeah.
When he signed that contract, he don't care.
That reminds me of Solomon Kalou. Was another one too. He only played.
So these guys will sit on the bench. They will sit on the bench for 6 months. They won't even go to the coach's office and ask for loan. Nothing. But the Nations Cup. Wait, hold on. The Nations Cup and the timing don't help African players.
Who let Kev cook today, man? Oh my God.
Yeah. But Solomon Kalou,
you can't
right?
put a tournament. You can't put a tournament in the middle of. I know time difference, everything, but these players, their goal, their dream is to go to Europe. You have to go by the European schedule. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, that's what the players care about. They want to feed their family. So you can't put a tournament in the middle of European season.
Yeah.
If my star player is African,
hey, Kev. At the end of the day, it's all money. At the end of the day, it's all money. Like they know like that African competition is not bringing enough revenue. Why would they just move that in the summer and just like move the Euro to another thing? So this,
but players don't want to. But the superstars don't want to come play.
No, actually,
players don't want to play.
They play.
I understand, Kev, what you're saying too. Like
they're playing.
That is a problem in
Nigeria, Napoli, and Osimhen. It was a back and forth because they don't want to lose. They want to win the Scudetto. They don't want to lose their best player
and the injuries.
National Cup. Come on.
Or even wait, hold on. Or even getting injured. You can get injured in the tournament too.
Hey, if I pay you 200, if I pay you 100 million, I want you to play when I need you. Your country is not going to pay you. Nigeria don't even pay the bonus.
Yeah, but
now you want to take the player that I need.
But here's the thing, though, like last year the Napoli was it last year or 2 years ago? The owner, I can never pronounce his name. The Napoli, what if it's the CEO or the owner, whatever his name is.
Yeah, he said he's not going to sign African players.
You know, I think it's like people were reading that comment like, oh, not like when I read that comment like slowly, I'm like, yo, this guy is making sense. If I'm paying you 100 million, I will not release you to go to an African nation in January. With all due respect to that tournament, but I'm paying you heavy money and I need you.
Think about this. For example,
I don't agree with that, but I see what you're saying. I don't agree with that.
Let's use Liverpool. Let's use Liverpool as an example. When Liverpool was on top, who was their best player? Salah, Mane. Imagine the Nations Cup with both of them. You lose these two guys, and now you got to compete
about Liverpool. Chelsea had Drogba, Kalu, Essien, Mikel. We had to watch all of them go.
You know?
Yeah.
And then you have to compete with Man City. You have to compete with Man City that have no Africans.
Yeah, but to sum up that point though, like I mean, yeah, it's all dependent. I think the original question was like the route, right? These players have to take. I mean, one thing you have to understand. I mean, players have to. I mean, what they look at nowadays too is once you hit a big club and you flop, it's kind of hard for you to go to another big club, and that might be also your biggest contract. And you know, like how you can negotiate up if you're doing well. Well, if you hit a big club too early and you flop, you don't have any leverage to negotiate up.
Yeah, it's basically like when you shoot your shot at a girl you missed and you try to come back around. It's
you can't spin the block. You know what I mean?
You never.
So
like Zaha can't leave.
The whole Zaha situation. The same thing with Zaha. Everybody was saying
the pay to
United,
play.
Yeah, facts. I never wanted
if we don't talk about this topic this week, next week can we talk about the pay to play? Because
American standards,
that's a whole conversation for sure.
But yeah,
and that's not just in Africa though; that's in America too.
Oh yeah,
I think America is equally as worst.
It's worse actually, yeah.
Because we have a talent sitting there. He's young,
right there,
but you don't have the resources.
Yeah, Mom, you was about to say so.
It's all about connections.
Go ahead.
I wanted to before I get to that, man, like up the video, man. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, man. Like the video up. But so High IQ, you've been very quiet, but I try to give you a conversation. You have not been saying nothing, so I'm gonna come to you directly. Before this pod started, High IQ, like I told y'all, he's like the Lems of this. They say the craziest thing. So High IQ, I'm gonna ask you a question directly, but is your mic on? Testing 1 2. Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, he speaks. All right, cool. I'm gonna ask you a direct question, bro. Yes or no? Is Didier Drogba overrated?
Bro, he is overrated. I'm not even joking about that. When I said it, I was serious.
Explain yourself. Now you listen. The floor is yours, my brother. The floor is yours.
Bro, when I say, look at when we
judge. Are you serious or you really believe what you're saying? You just joking or you serious?
I'm not joking.
All right, okay, go ahead. I'm listening. Explain to us why you think Didier Drogba.
Two things, right? Two things. The first thing is that when you compare him to like other strikers, I hate the fact when people say stuff like you don't judge players based on like goals and all. When you bring two equal talents, right? You gotta judge them based on like stats and all. When you look at strikers like Lewan, Suarez, what's it called? The likes of all of them, right? And you compare them to like Didier Drogba, they had better play style than Drogba. They had almost everything better than Drogba. And then he actually didn't even have the goals that people think he had. And like the stuff about like Drogba was a big time player is actually so false. Like if you bring up his stats about like big games, he was truly not a big game player. He was more like an Arsenal merchant. You get what I'm saying?
You're talking about Didier Drogba, by the way, right? That's what we're talking about, like Didier Drogba.
Yep. We can bring up the stats about Drogba.
Hold on. You're saying Didier Drogba is not a big game player. He's an Arsenal.
That's mad. Right, you know how many goals he scored against United?
Before you even answer that, Bojang, in the comments, Sekou said, before I missed this comment, said the Bojangs are going to the top in reference to the Adama Bojang. And he said, of course, Henry thinks Drogba is overrated. I'm not surprised. Mom, what are you saying?
I'm saying, since he's talking about stats, right? Can you pull his stats against big clubs, big teams? I know he's scored a bunch against United because I used to hate watching.
I used to hate playing against Drogba too. And I know they call him Mr. Final, by the way. So
listen,
the only thing I want to say, 11 finals, 11 goals. But go ahead.
But this is your time, High IQ. This is your time.
Go ahead. Break it down to him.
Yeah,
man.
pull the stats. Since you got it, pull the stats.
I can check for you too if you need help. Just let me know what to look for. You go for it.
Y'all see Kevin's mic? He look like he about to like explode.
Hold on, why he pulling those stats? Right, you pulling those stats, Henry?
But he went from this.
Henry.
To this.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up.
Keep talking
Harry.
though. We listening. What you saying though? Like
No. They can keep talking while I just pull up the stats.
But
Harry.
this is why you said play style, right?
Yeah.
So let me tell you something. Like
This man won 4 Premier Leagues.
Hold on. Hey,
Four.
Mom, he's saying. Let me tell you one thing about that Chelsea style, right? The whole entire attack was solely built for one man.
that's facts. I can back that up.
Chelsea were never. Jose Mourinho's team lasted stretched like probably 2 decades because Azpilicueta was the last Jose Mourinho player. Well, he didn't buy him, but I'm just saying Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho built that team. That attack was. I don't know if you remember watching when Duff and Robin were just literally just crossing in for Didier Drogba. Everything was just built around that man. Like Chelsea, we could even play tiki taka.
Henry, I have a question for this young. I have a question for this young man.
Wait, hold on. Before you go, Kev. So Sekou said he's talking about I think Drogba. He said he's a specific type of player. If you don't fit in that mold, he won't rate you. Oh, I think he's talking about Henry has a specific type of player.
Yeah. So
fit in that mold. I kind of agree with that when he said,
"Yeah, I can see that."
Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't have kids. But I wouldn't go on that topic.
But listen, I have my specific type of players, bro. These days I barely watch EPL because none of those guys are my type of players. My type of players is Xavi, Iniesta, technical players. But I'm not gonna sit here and tell you someone is overrated. A legend is overrated just because they don't play my style.
Nah, that's
bro,
mad.
come on.
That's mad. Yeah.
What was your question? I cut you off, Kev. You was about to ask a question. What was your question?
Yeah. So Henry, listen. Tell me another striker that played under Jose Mourinho that had an impact like Drogba. Obviously, if you have a coach, that believe 1-0 game is enough, you're not gonna score as much. Chelsea will never go score 7.
No,
Drogba,
but that's a fact. But listen, that's a fallacy because Drogba was a 4-time top goal scorer. So Henry
I'm just saying.
What Henry is saying is a
Drogba
fallacy.
What I'm trying to say is, under Jose Mourinho, if we score,
hold on. Henry has something to say.
Hold on.
What you say, Henry?
Top 3 highest goal scorers for Chelsea. Drogba isn't top 3.
Top 3.
Highest goal scorers for Chelsea.
Wait, guys. Let me hear what Henry said. I can hear. We said what top 3?
Chelsea's top 3 highest goal scorers in their history. Drogba isn't top 3.
Yeah, he's not.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about in a season. He was the top goal scorer in the Premier League, 09, 010, and 06, 07.
Bro, this is what. Wait, so if you have a team,
no. Wait, hold on. I'm asking. No. But Henry, you cannot be overrated if you're the highest goal scorer in a season twice. That's not. You cannot.
For Chelsea.
No, in the Premier League.
In the Premier League.
In the Premier League, 09, 010, 06, 07. That's what it shows.
And you know what's crazy, bro? The 09, 010, he had to go to African Cup of Nations.
We can go find out.
09, 010 had to go to the African Cup of Nations. He had to miss some games. 09, 010.
Bro, my point is that when you compare Drogba to other strikers, Drogba isn't even top 15.
Okay. Here's the thing: when you compare Drogba to other strikers, he has attributes that those strikers they'll work their entire life will never have.
What's that?
Bro, Drogba alone can handle the whole entire back line. But even P.O. came out and said, Jamie Carragher, he said when they used to play against Liverpool, he said, do not get this man angry. You have lane defenders talking about this man.
Drogba was a bully.
Like, it's crazy if me and you sit here on a podcast and be like, yo, he's overrated, cool, or he's good, cool. But you had somebody that faced him, that his name is engraved in Football Hall of Fame, saying
Henry.
that this is the toughest opponent he ever had. Yep. So you're saying that defender is just saying lies.
Hassan, real quick. Henry, hold on. I got your fact here. It says
05, Drogba scored 10 goals.
Okay, good. Keep going.
When we wanted him out.
In 05-06, Drogba scored 12 goals. So
wait, keep going.
Drogba played. Look at
no.
Played.
Keep going.
1, 2,
keep going.
3, 4,
No,
5,
no,
6,
Henry,
7,
don't stop. Don't stop.
Henry,
Don't
Wait,
wait.
okay.
Don't stop. Don't
Hold
stop.
on.
Oh,
I got
you said
something for you. I got
05.
something for you.
Wait, Hassan, wait. One second.
Drogba had 9 full seasons.
No,
And he
Hassan,
had
no.
only
Henry,
2
Henry.
good seasons.
I hate agenda.
09,
Hey,
10,
Henry,
and
Henry,
06, 07.
Henry. I hate agendas. I hate agenda. You started.
Yeah,
You said
that's what I'm
05,
saying.
06. No, you started. You said 04, 05.
In 06,
Why do you stop?
he had
Keep going.
20 goals.
Why did you stop? Why did you stop?
Why
You see
did
what
you
agenda
stop?
does? You see
No,
what
I'm
bias
just
looks
trying to
like?
explain.
He
You
said
all
no.
make me
That's
seem like
called
Drogba.
bias. Your bias is literally showing as your because you said 05, 06, and then you stopped. You didn't say 06 or 07. Why? Because the stat was against your argument.
Wait, man, I want to ask you a question. If you have a striker who plays 36 games and scores you 11 goals, would you rate him?
Yes.
Hey, mom, but Henry's
It's context.
ignoring everything I said.
Everything is about context, right?
Bro.
It's about hold on. It's about context. Listen to what I'm Henry.
But
A striker. Wait. Hassan, one second. A striker doesn't play football by himself. If the whole team is not performing, he's not gonna score. Rashford scored less than 10 goals just last season. The season before, not this season. The season before, and that season he scored like the most goals he's ever scored in his career. So up and downs happen, and it's about the team performance. So if the team is not performing, he's not gonna produce. If the whole team is performing, he'll produce. That's how it works.
But I was about to tell you this, mom. I was about to end all like the whole argument. Those numbers he named. That's why Chelsea wanted this guy out of the team. Like we did not want that guy to be playing. Like if you know he was on the name appearances, right? A lot of those appearances were subs. Right now, nowadays, like I learned this like when a while ago. When you're doing appearances are all false news because you happen to the coach puts you in at the 89th minute. That's one appearance.
It's appearance.
But count the minutes he played and do the goal average. Then you're gonna be like, okay.
Bro, literally here he played. Look at in 09-010 he played 32 games and he had 29 goals.
Wait, hold on. How many goals?
He played 32 games and scored 29 goals.
And you're calling this man overrated. Bro, this guy's actually you lost your mind.
You see why I said you start mentioned? You see why I said you
no, but you can't call how many players do that? How many strikers do that in a season? How many?
And also, listen.
Bro,
also, Drogba don't take pens.
Then you overrated.
Drogba did not take most of our pen. It was Lampard.
Bro, if you have a player who is not consistent back-to-back seasons, you cannot call him world class.
A player that won 4 Premier Leagues, a main striker that won 4 Premier Leagues can never be overrated. Not in any football books, bro. I'm so sorry.
Can never be overrated.
Can never, ever. A starting striker.
The first African man to score a goal against Brazil in a World Cup, bro.
Nah, man. Don't give me that, man. I don't even want to hear that, man. Nah,
Henry.
That's just fallacy right now. We're talking about Premier League.
Henry,
hold
on.
From 29 goals to 11 goals as a striker, then that's a problem.
Okay, calm down. Let me just tell you this.
Okay.
Do you know why I'm saying he's not overrated? If he only did it in a Chelsea team, then I would say yes, maybe. But he also did it in African Cup of Nations. So what is the
Henry,
wait, hold on. It's 2011, 2012, highest goal scorer African Cup of Nations. So what is the logic there? How did he score? How did he become the highest goal scorer in the African Cup of Nations? African Cup of
How many goals did he score in Africa?
No, that's not my question. He's the highest.
Are you going to answer me that?
I don't know how many. Yeah, of course I can check that, but I'm just saying.
He scored 65 goals for Ivory Coast.
Check that and answer that.
Hey, mom. This man Drogba, African Cup of Nations Team of the Tournament, 2006, 2008, 2012. African Football of the Year, 2006, 2009. BBC African Football of the Year 2009, BBC Goal of the Month. But he's just so many awards by himself, bro. ESM Team of the Year 2010, like FA Cup, FIFA Pro World XI, he was on it. Like Golden Foot, he was on it. But this man won so many awards by himself.
Harry, do you know the definition of overrated?
Bro, the definition of overrated. Wait, the definition of overrated is when you rate someone higher than his abilities. That's what I'm saying.
He's in the Hall of Fame for the Premier League.
But nobody's telling you Drogba is the greatest striker.
Nobody's saying that.
No,
But
he's
you're
not.
saying
You were not saying
So-
that. But see, my point is
Drogba
people
is a certified legend of the game.
of the
However
game.
you like it,
100%.
if you like it or
Look
not,
at people put
Drogba is a
Drogba-
legend.
People put
When-
Drogba in the bracket where he's not supposed to be.
Wait, which
That's
bracket?
what-
Which bracket is this?
Which bracket
What's
is
the
that?
dummy?
You create your own
It's not
bracket. in your
our
head.
bracket.
Wait. Okay, Kev, let me ask you a question.
Wait, which
Yeah.
which bracket?
Put Drogba in the bracket.
Which bracket? Which bracket? I want to know which bracket.
Put Drogba
Which
where?
bracket?
Put Drogba in a bracket. Any bracket. What bracket would you put
Hello?
Drogba
All
in?
right, so Henry, to answer that question for you, right?
Yeah.
As a Man United fan, right? I think
Yeah.
you'll put Drogba in like when you say the top 5 strikers, best strikers to me to ever play in the Premier League. I put Drogba top 5.
Nah,
Top 5.
You're kidding me.
Drogba.
That's a tough one. Top 5? That's a tough
Yeah,
one.
top
Let me
5.
see.
Drogba is gonna
Because
be.
I know wait,
This is what I want to
let's,
say, right? This is what I want to
let's
say.
work that list. That's a tough
If
one.
we're
bro.
doing elite
I'll
strikers,
say top 10.
if we're doing
Top 5. You gotta put
Mom,
him in top 5, mom.
if we're doing elite
Top
strikers, right? You're gonna put Drogba in. The only like these strikers, like I'll say R9. We're not gonna compare it to all these strikers.
No, we're talking
R9
about the Premier League. We're talking about the Premier League.
Okay, Premier League
In the Premier
before
League-
Haaland.
All right, so listen.
Guys.
So we have Alan Shearer.
I'm sure it's up there.
I didn't watch that guy, so I can't even say nothing about
No,
it.
he
No,
yeah,
but he has
I'm
the
sure.
highest goal in Premier League, so we're gonna put him
You
there.
gotta put Alan Shearer up there, right?
We have Rooney.
Rooney has to be there.
Mhm.
Henry.
But Thierry Henry, yeah, forward. Put him there because it goes wing striker, but I'll put him there for sure. He's top 3 for sure. We have Fernando Torres.
I
Liverpool
want to say a
days.
name, but it might throw you guys off guard.
Come on.
I would say a name, but it might throw you guys off though. I might say a name.
Aguero.
Of
Yeah,
course,
yeah, yeah,
Aguero is a Premier League legend. No
But you
argument.
gotta put Drogba in the list of top.
Yeah, Drogba is in there. Drogba is in there. Drogba is in there. Torres of Liverpool is in there.
Bro, because
Michael Owen?
Why
Michael
would
Owen?
Torres be in there?
Michael Owen?
Nah, Michael Owen
You
would
say
top
what?
10. I wouldn't put in top 5.
Hold on.
Why would you put Torres in top 5? Why would you put Torres?
no,
in
Owen,
top
you
five?
gotta put
Not top
you gotta
5.
put
I
Owen.
never said
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm naming my top strikers from Premier League.
That's your list.
Bro,
personal
you
list,
are
like,
you too young?
Okay.
Did you watch Torres play?
Owen won. He won the Ballon d'Or, right?
Torres
Yeah,
literally
Owen won the
has
Ballon d'Or, yeah.
two good
Gotta
seasons.
put Owen part of that.
Henry.
man.
Yeah,
Henry, did you watch Torres play?
Bro, it's not about
You
about
don't need to
playing.
play
You gotta
10
count-
years.
You gotta count consistency.
Ronaldinho, how many years? Wait. Hold on,
Why would
Henry.
I put
Henry,
a player who had
hold
2
on.
good years or 3
Henry,
good
let me
years
ask you a
in
question. Ronaldinho is considered one of the greatest soccer player ever.
Wasn't consistent like
How
that.
many top seasons did Ronaldinho have?
Was it, bro? That's the issue. The definition of top season in Ronaldinho's era isn't the same as this era. You cannot put Torres, who had 3 good seasons,
No,
as a top
Torres,
striker.
if you counting greatest strikers in Premier League era from the 90s to now, Torres is there. Liverpool Torres is there.
Okay, guys. Hold on. Let's get some order. Hassan, go ahead.
Wait. The thing is, like, you don't understand why you just say this about Torres. United fan, Chelsea fans, there's a reason why you just always we're gonna put Torres there, bro. When you see that number 9 on that TV,
Yeah, on that back, when he turns his back,
Bro, you won. Go ask Vidic. Go ask Ferdinand. What's wrong with you?
Remember that
Bro,
4-1
look
inside
at-
Manchester United? Remember that 4-1 inside Manchester United?
The thing is, right? In most blogs are putting Drogba as number 5 in the top 5. Most blogs, if you check. That's the internet. That's just the general internet.
See,
Hold on.
Sorry, last thing. The reason why Drogba will jump into top 5, top 7 is the impact. Also, yes, for Premier League.
And the Champions League.
And then Drogba changed.
No, let's not even talk
just
Champions
England.
League. I'm just talking
Yeah.
Premier League right now.
Yeah,
Obviously,
forward,
the impact that he had on Chelsea.
not just Chelsea, whole of England. Let's get
Yeah,
that right. Before he came to England was playing with a 4-4-2. Right?
Henry,
Remember-
you started.
and
Henry,
then
you started to make me.
when Didier Drogba came,
Don't
right?
try Torres, man. What's
Wait,
wrong with
hold
you?
on. Kev, hold on.
Hold on.
Wait. Mikey, right? Before this is a little lesson, right? Before Jose Mourinho came to England, right? England were predominantly 4-4-2. Like, it was just literally duos. Look at that Manchester United duos. Like, they were literally 4-4-2 because one striker couldn't do 2 jobs. But once Jose Mourinho came and dropped that 4-3-3, Literally, what did you think target man started to happen in England? Ever since Didier Drogba, you know how many target men have happened in England, but no target man has ever been like Didier Drogba. He's gonna score, he's gonna pass, and he's literally him by himself can just face the back line, give him his back, and then everything's gonna flow through him.
Bro,
And
listen, to add to your point, I just want to say Drogba was a bully, bro. Like Henry, you didn't watch Drogba proper. Like when I tell you, if you watch Drogba, yeah, like bro, defenders were scared of this man, bro. And he would turn.
And then you see,
you know where this is going. You know where this is going, guys. You know where this is going because of Rooney's body type. One day a kid is gonna look at you and tell you Rooney is overrated.
Yep.
Right now,
because of his body type, somebody's gonna look you one day and tell you Rooney is overrated.
Let's do this, right? Right. Explain to us why you think like what is Drogba missing that you feel like he's not in the competition of these greats? You know, explain that, and also who do you think like give me 5 players that you think 5 Premier League strikers that you think Drogba does better than Drogba, and why is Drogba not in that list, in your opinion?
Okay. See, I'm before I answer.
Yeah, I give
question,
it facts though.
Yeah. Before I answer,
and we're all gonna be quiet and watch you.
Yeah, we want to listen to you.
Before I answer your question, I'm going to touch on something.
Okay.
Like the fact that he said, I understand when someone says Torres was a top striker. That's good. When you put Torres in greatest strikers, you talk about prime Torres was the greatest striker, was one of the greatest strikers, or you can say prime Torres can be one of the greats, prime, but you cannot put a player who had like 2 good seasons or 3 good seasons and then moves to Chelsea and couldn't live up to it.
Okay.
When he moved to Chelsea, he couldn't live up to that. So you can't put him as one of the greatest. Now, when I talk about Drogba, he lacked. Drogba is an olden day type of striker. Like when I mean olden day, he was more like a target man. Link-up player, no. He didn't have like the full work there. Suarez, Carlos Tevez, Rooney.
Question for you, right?
Question.
Okay, I want to interrupt you. Go ahead, Henry.
So I'm judging Drogba.
Okay, let me ask you this question, Henry. Is Haaland a top striker? Is Haaland overrated? Just a question. Is Haaland overrated? Yes or no?
Is Haaland overrated?
Yes.
Why would Haaland?
No, it's a question. I'm asking you a question. No, it's a question though.
Okay, let me ask you. Did Drogba score?
No. Answer the question. Answer the question. Okay, so Haaland's not overrated. Haaland, everything you just mentioned about Drogba is what Haaland has. He doesn't have the footwork. Wait. Haaland doesn't have any footwork. Haaland is not a link-up player. Haaland is a pure goal scorer.
Henry,
but Haaland's a
do not piss me off. You said this last season. You said the same thing he just said last season about Haaland. So don't change your mouth now.
Yeah.
You said it in the group chat.
Wait. See, I said I don't rate Haaland. I literally said.
So you just said, but you answered my question with a yes.
Listen,
you said no, he's not overrated.
I might misquote you, but the reason why you don't rate him because you go 90 minutes, you don't see him, and then boom, 3 goals. Right?
That's right.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said.
Right there.
That's his job. His job is to score goals. Listen, nobody cares about a striker. Listen, nobody cares about footwork if you score goals.
Are you comparing a player who had 62 goals to someone who had?
Hold on. Before Haaland minus Henry, tell me another striker in the Premier League that had that much goals. Anyone?
Dimitar Berbatov.
Bro, Luis Suarez.
Apart from this day and age, defenders don't defend no more.
No, but Berbatov they were defending though. Berbatov they were defending. Berbatov they were defending.
I don't like hypotheses. We cannot be working on.
What are you talking about hypothesis? We watched the whole season of Haaland.
You cannot tell me if.
Henry,
that's the point.
Ultimately, right? What matters is what you mark a player by. You mark a goalkeeper by saves and clean sheets.
Yeah.
No matter if the goalkeeper can use his legs, if the goalkeeper can do kick, like what they say. If you mark the goalkeeper by what? Clean sheets, and at the end of the day, right?
And also listen to this.
So for a striker, right? No coach cares about dribbling if you are putting in more goals. Okay, and let me ask you something. If you're making a team, right? If you're making a team.
Milito, why would Milito play football?
Well, let me ask you a question. Yeah, and if you're making up a team, right? I give you 2 strikers. I said this striker is gonna guarantee you 30 goals. This striker will guarantee you 15 goals, maybe five assists, but he has nice play. He can play ball nice. Who are you gonna pick?
That's what I'm saying. It depends on your style of
I'm
play.
asking you. I'm asking you. What would you do? You're a coach. Put yourself.
If I'm a coach,
Yeah.
if I'm a coach, I am not picking a striker who's gonna give me 30 goals with zero football.
You're a madman. You're an actual madman.
No. So listen.
Nah, this is not about even. This is not even about preference.
It might be right, but Henry, let me tell you some. Wait.
This guy's a madman.
I
guarantee 30 goals.
Henry, that's why Aruna is great. Aruna give you the skills, give you the goals, give you the movement, give you everything. But hold on, let me go back to that Torres one, because that Torres one, you're pissing me off. Bro, let me tell you something. In football, in sports, some players become legend based on appearance. Oh, I was there for 20 years. For example, Jimmy Carragher.
Yyep.
Average
James Miller.
But he's a legend. Mm-hmm. And what was the other guy that plays for Miami? The guy that retired last year.
What's his name? Haslem. Udonis Haslem.
Bro, he's a Miami legend because he was there for that long, right? Mm-hmm. And then you have players that come and give you 3-4 seasons, boom.
Eric Cantona.
And he become like Kawhi Leonard when he went to Toronto and won them a championship and left.
Yep.
Suarez did not play for Liverpool for 20 years, but he's a Liverpool legend. Torres is a Liverpool legend because that moment, Juan Mata did not play for us for too long, but he won Player of the Year. How many times? I think twice.
But I won't put him as a legend though.
No, he's not a legend. But he came and he played for us good. And when we saw him, Chelsea fans were not burning his jersey and everything. We appreciate him. He did a part.
Yeah, that's an example. Like Azpilicueta, I'm not gonna put him on the same page as Ivanovic, but he's a Chelsea legend because he's been there for how long?
Facts.
And that was 7 years.
Now we have now we disagree. I feel like Azpilicueta is a bigger Chelsea legend than Ivanovic.
No. I'm not talking about legend. I'm talking about like I would rather start Ivanovic than Azpilicueta.
In terms of play. Oh yeah. So Henry, coming back to you. Some players is moments. People like Ronaldinho, you don't need them to play 20 years. You don't need Ronaldinho to be Messi, consistent for 20 years, or Ronaldo consistent for 20 years. That little 3-4 years he gave us, we're gonna remember it for the rest of our life.
Yeah.
It was a magician.
Yeah. Bro, you answered my question.
Liverpool players, right?
Wait, hold on, guys.
Bro, but you called Torres a Liverpool legend. You called Torres a Liverpool. I didn't argue that. I said you cannot call Torres. You cannot put him in the bracket of greatest strikers.
He's one of the greatest strikers in Premier League era that played in the Premier League.
Okay. Well, what Henry is saying with Torres, but it depends on who you're asking. To be honest,
listen to this.
If you watch that prime Torres,
I was not rating nobody.
You gotta respect him, bro. If you watch that prime Torres, you gotta respect him.
I said prime Torres is a great striker, but
I clearly said. I clearly said Liverpool Torres.
Yeah,
I was specific as I can be. Yeah. I said Liverpool Torres.
Yeah.
That Liverpool Torres when he played for Liverpool. I'm not saying Torres for Chelsea. I'm not saying Torres before or after. I said Liverpool Torres.
It's like how
Hey, Henry, quick question. Are you saying that? Okay, so are you saying that because Liverpool Torres? You forgot Liverpool Torres World Cup. Euros again, and he was not a second fiddle. He was up top with David Villa doing his thing.
Yep. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
So the thing is, bro, I don't know. Do you know when I realized that this guy is actually crazy? Do you remember 2000? I think it was 2007, 2006. That game inside Manchester United right after they won. Right after they won the Champions League. That 4-1, bro. Fernando Torres, you were literally you had to go like this.
Yeah, he was mad.
And go like this. That's when I realized, this guy.
He was mad.
But I remember this one game against.
Wait. Let me just tell Henry. Henry, that Torres you was just talking about. He was top 3 Ballon d'Or, right?
Wait, if you call Torres a legend, is Arshavin a legend?
For us now?
Yeah, you can't compare Torres to Arshavin.
But there's a difference between Premier League legend and a club legend.
Wait, yeah.
Arshavin is a moment's legend. That Torres
of Liverpool that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Number 3 in Ballon d'Or. Ronaldo beat him to the Ballon d'Or.
Bro, This is the issue. This is the issue. If I list my top 5, if you look at top 5 greatest strikers,
which you have to list that. List that. Actually,
yeah. But if you
list,
if you list top 10 greatest strikers, right, you would see a pattern. These guys had that 5 to 6 years span where they were consistent.
Give us the names.
Give us the names.
Wait, I didn't watch him, but I would call Alan Shearer.
Who? You didn't watch who?
I didn't watch Alan Shearer.
Okay.
I watched Alan Shearer. I remember Alan Shearer.
I would call Thierry Henry, right?
Who?
I would call Sergio Aguero.
Thierry Henry.
Henry.
Okay.
I would call Sergio Aguero.
Okay.
I would call Rooney.
Okay.
Now this man, look at this man hasn't.
Wait, who's number 5?
Yeah, I was about to say this man hasn't retired, but I would put Kane there.
Nah, but I'm not about to hold you, bro.
Nah.
With the number of Kane,
I'm not putting Kane in front of you. Henry.
No, absolutely.
Forget
Harry Kane.
I will never ever.
I think Harry Kane is a Premier League great.
No, Harry Kane Harry Kane. It is an insult to football. Hold on.
So,
it's an insult to
football.
Put
Suarez there, Harry. No Suarez.
Guys. Hold on.
Kev. I got my top 5. Suarez isn't in my top 5.
Wait, hold on. Henry. This is an insult to football to put a striker that has won 0 Premier Leagues over somebody that's won 4 Premier Leagues. That's an insult to football.
Have you seen why I said you're self-score merchant?
It's not SofaScore. You didn't watch this. We're telling you didn't watch Didier Drogba, bro.
I literally watched Drogba.
You can't put Kane in a Drogba.
You can never in your life, and you can in this life and in life after. You can never put Didier Drogba.
The only thing Kane is better than Drogba is Kane.
I don't care if look, Kane can score 2,000 goals if he wants. Henry, I don't care if Kane. Look, I don't. Hold on, Henry.
Okay.
I don't care if Kane scores 500 goals by end of his career. If he doesn't win 1 Premier League, it's meaningless when you're comparing him with the greats that came. Why are you playing soccer in the first place? You're playing to win,
ma'am. So you're
playing to win.
So, ma'am, can I ask you a question? So, if Kane wins the Premier League, would you put him ahead of Drogba?
No, still 1 Premier League is not enough for me to put Kane ahead of Drogba. I would.
Listen.
So you're
I'm saying Drogba has achieved as a footballer.
Listen, when you're rating Premier League strikers, you have to go with goals, trophy, impact, and stuff like that. Kane, I'm a Chelsea fan. I love the Drogba to death. In terms of player wise, I think Kane is a better player than Drogba. 1, but if I was rating my Premier League strikers, I would put Drogba ahead of Kane for the sole reason is if your goals don't win trophy,
that's the point.
Yeah. Kane is a better player than Drogba.
That's not an argument. That's not
I take that. But if you're telling me Harry Kane is a better striker, better Premier League striker than Drogba, I will put Drogba achievement on the table. You bring Kane. Remember
Zero.
Messi can be the greatest, even though we Messi fans don't believe. Bro, I don't buy that nonsense. But Messi can be the greatest if you have never won nothing for Argentina. Boom, boom, boom. We won 3 trophies. And now I feel like we're the greatest. You feel me? So Harry Kane, I feel like, bro, listen, you're 30 years old. You know Tottenham is not gonna win trophy. You're not asking for move. You're not forcing it.
Yeah,
bro.
You don't want it.
You don't want it. Alan Shearer is a Premier League great because he was competing with United then, but he won the Premier League for Blackburn. Mm-hmm. That's why he's still there today, and everybody respects him.
How good Blackburn was.
That's not the point though. The point
is
no. The point is
you cannot. So
the point is he didn't stay.
Wait. So do you put Vardy ahead of Harry Kane then?
Hell, what? No, I don't do that.
So what's the point then?
No, well, Vardy only won 1. That's why I told you he had 1. That's exactly my point. Vardy only won 1.
Let me ask you a honest question. If you look at the years when Drogba won the Premier Leagues, right?
Yeah.
He actually had good impact in probably only 2 based on his stats.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna say something.
Even that is more than enough for me.
If Drogba was in this present sports team, hypothesis, if Drogba was in this present sports team, does he win them a Premier League?
That
Listen,
Champions League. he wins
Wait. I'll
Yeah,
answer
the
your
Champions League
question.
he wins
Wait,
it.
I'll
He
answer your
wins
question.
that
But let's go
Yeah.
back. Let's go back again.
You don't know
You said
Drogba.
you said the 4 Premier League Drogba won at Chelsea. He only has impact in 2.
He only had a
Bro, how
solid
old are you?
impact in 2.
That's what.
Henry,
that-
you good?
Listen, just let him have it. Just let him have that one.
Based on goals, he only had a solid impact in 2.
Look, Kev, even at that, I'll take that over having 0 Premier Leagues. That's what I'm trying to say. At the end of the
Bro,
day,
Henry, the next time you jump on a group chat, listen, let me tell you something. The next time you jump on a group chat and somebody bring a number, and somebody bring a stats and they're arguing against you and you call the person soccer player, soccer watcher, whatever, I'm going to call you out on this.
Bro,
Okay.
you haven't answered my question yet.
Today
Wait.
is you guys just watch the game and just go to whoscored.com and bring stat. Today now you bring in the same thing you complaining about, using it for your own argument.
Let me make you understand.
we're using eye test.
I'm gonna cut this short. This is why I am hierarchy, right? When you bring 2 players to me, right? When you bring 2 players who are not on the same level, I can never use stats.
What?
If you bring Bruno Fernandes, and Kaka, I can never compare them based on stats because they are not even on the same level. Now, if you bring Drogba and Harry Kane, who are practically on the same level, I bring the stats.
I'm even satisfied that you said they're on the same level.
Yeah.
Knowing you, I will take that. Don't worry.
Oh
That's
my
what I'm saying.
God.
I will take that.
Two players on the same level. You bring in stats.
But
2 players.
let me ask you,
not on the same level.
Hierarchy, let me ask you this, right?
Yeah.
Who's a better clutch player, Didier Drogba or Harry Kane?
That's a very, very good question. When I started this podcast, I told you the myth about Drogba being a clutch player needs to be studied.
You want me to tell you? You want me start? You want me start naming the finals? You want me start naming the finals? You want me to name the finals?
Kev, before you go, right? So answer the question, high IQ. Didier Drogba or high IQ? Who's more of a clutch player?
Bro, we actually underrate how clutch Harry Kane is.
So give me an answer.
That's a very
Henry,
tough. I'm gonna.
It's not a tough one, Henry.
Give me one Harry Kane clutch moment. Give me one Harry Kane clutch moment.
That's an escape. Kev, that's an escape. Harry Kane or Didier Drogba? Who's more of a clutch player?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna go for Drogba because of Chelsea versus Bayern match.
One match. Do you know how many goal scoring game winning goals that Drogba has scored?
Bro, we gotta stop this game winning goals.
High IQ.
I'm just saying.
High IQ. You gave us your 5 Premier League strikers, or even world strikers, Premier League strikers.
Yeah.
And we already agree that Didier Drogba is more of a clutch player than one of them, right? That's a fair statement. Yes or no?
If you say he's clutch, that's fine. Clutch is just being like.
I'm saying that. No, you're saying. Bro, what you just said. No, you're saying that Didier Drogba is more of a clutch player than Harry Kane. Yes or no? Is that true?
You know that being clutch is an overrated statement, though.
Nah, I mean,
because
that's your point. That's your opinion.
Hold on.
I'm trying to establish something. That's your opinion, right? But
you agree.
You already agreed that Didier Drogba is more of a clutch player than one of your top 5 players. You agree with that, right?
Yeah.
So then now let me come to the opinion you just said. When you're looking at, because we're playing competitive, like when these guys are playing, they're not just playing just to win, just to play around, right? They're playing to win, to be competitive. So would you say a player being clutch is important in a professional game? Yes or no? Would you agree with that? That a player being clutch is important.
But what's your statement about being clutch?
Being clutch means scoring goals when you're needed, when your team needs it the most.
That's just scoring though. I wouldn't even put it. I'm not gonna narrow that to strikers. I'm just saying a player being clutch is saving that for a goalkeeper, saving that shot, defender making that tackle, not making mistakes, midfielder controlling the game, passing the ball. These are clutch moments in your own position. So in your position,
like basically decisions
clutch,
that are changing the game.
Yeah, in big games, in big moments, you have to be clutch.
Yes.
Do you agree with that? That's important in a player.
Yeah.
So when you say all these, everything I've just named you, Didier Drogba has this in excess. He's a clutch player in big moments, and he's not injured too. Now let's look at Harry Kane. Let's look at Harry Kane, right?
Okay.
For me, that Champions League injury, I'm not trying to hear that shit, right? Big players, but I can give, if you argue enough, I can let that go. But for me, I think he should have done more. But then let's go back to let's look at England's tournament runs. And all of them, where's Harry Kane in these moments? Sterling was, I think it's the World Cup, the one before when Croatia went. Sterling carried England in that team. Harry Kane disappeared. But when they fought about Macedonia, Luxembourg, Luxembourg, Gambia, Banjul, Texas, high school boys, he scores 10 goals.
Yeah.
In the tournament, he disappears.
Yep.
Oh, he scored pen.
He disappears.
Pen match.
And in the Euros again, he disappears. Saka was the one that was doing it.
Yep.
Right. So these are big moments.
You can't call him out for the Euros, though. You can't call him out for the Euros because he performed well in the Euros.
Harry Kane did not perform in the Euros. What do you mean?
He performed well in the Euros.
Which game, Henry? Which game?
Which game? Exactly. Which game?
I don't remember Harry Kane.
Harry Kane had good performances in almost every game that he played.
No, he did not. No, he did not.
His link-up play was the reason why that allowed Saka and who was the other winger?
No way. I'm not agreeing with that. I'm not agreeing with that. But let's not even get distracted with that. Let's not get distracted with that, right?
Okay.
So let's look at Didier Drogba's career in itself, right? You gotta understand the time that Didier Drogba, these people have been telling you the defenders he was facing. If you ask all these defenders, they will tell you that they were afraid of Didier Drogba. And this is not about link-up play. This is about the defender's ability to stop him. Just stop him. I'm not talking about scoring yet. Just stop him from playing. They couldn't do it because of his physicality, his strength. I mean, those two are separate, but you could add it together. And his pace, right? And then his clutch moments. Go look at Drogba's types of goals. Drogba scores tap-ins. Header. Drogba
outside the box.
Outside the box. He scores different types of goals. And then let's come to the clutchness then. Drogba is scoring goals, Premier League, winning them the big games he's scoring. Champions League he's scoring. So what if I call
moments that Drogba was in clutch? What if I call moments where Drogba was in clutch?
Bro, all the finals. Go look at all the finals he played and see the score sheet.
The semi-finals against Liverpool.
Listen to what
World Cup against Greece.
Listen to what I'm saying, right? When you're telling me clutchness, right? Go look at the finals that Drogba played, right? And look at the score sheet and see if his name is not on there. Go look at that. That is clutchness. That Bayern thing, bro. When I'm watching that live, as an opposition fan who's faced Drogba, right? I knew Drogba was gonna score. I don't know how. I didn't know why. I just knew that he was not. If you look at his face, right? And again, I faced him, bro. I know what happens. I know what type of play he is. You can see it in him that he was gonna score. And when he had that penalty kick, there was nothing in me that knew he was gonna miss it. So for me,
he was definitely.
I don't like Chelsea, bro. I don't like Chelsea, but I've been listening to everything you've been saying. I don't think you've told me anything that.
It's okay. I feel like we've been on this topic for long. Let's talk about something else.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to add to that. Then we could go to the next topic. Do you have anything to respond?
But honestly, I am just gonna say two things, right?
Yeah.
When you cannot, I don't think we're gonna judge. See, this is just me because I made some thread about like Harry Kane. He is one of the most disrespected players or strikers in our era. For me, personally,
he's not. Harry Kane.
Henry. I agree. I agree with that last statement you said. For the first time ever, I agree with you. But the disrespect is not brought. Wait. Listen. When you have so much potential, so much talent, and you're not that hungry, whatever you get. Whatever outcome you get is your fault.
Listen
to this. Listen to this. Look at Modric. Look at Modric.
Yeah.
Today is, however you watch the game, look at Modric when it's all said and done. He's top 5 greatest midfielder ever. Yeah. But guess what? He was playing for the same team Harry Kane is playing for.
Yep. Facts.
He saw no potential there. Guess what? He left.
Gareth
Bale became one of the greatest British players ever.
Yeah.
The same team from left back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, this team is not gonna win nothing. He left.
Thank
Bro,
you.
Harry
Kyle
Kane.
Walker. Kyle Walker.
Kyle Walker.
Kyle Walker.
This
Even,
Kyle
Kyle
Walker.
Walker.
yep.
This is
Even
his
bro,
greatest
even Ericsson, even
opportunity.
though Ericsson
Wait,
is not a
bro,
big time player, but he left.
this summer is his greatest opportunity to win trophies, and this man is quiet. Bayern put a bid for you. You should pack your bag and run,
Yeah.
bro.
But
That's easy Bundesliga.
But we are drifting from the main. That's the issue. We are drifting.
No, we're not drifting. No, Henry,
These are all the same point.
Henry.
No, I'm just telling you, Henry. I'm giving you a reason
Henry,
why.
that's not.
I'm giving you a reason why Harry Kane is disrespected.
Yeah,
Harry Kane is a very technical player. Harry Kane is very good. He don't have speed, but this man could score. He can pass. This man has the ability to create.
Henry.
But he's not hungry enough. You stay in a team that will never win nothing. Bro,
you're still there.
Bro, you have the best coach that can win final for you. A few days before the final, you sack him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, Harry Kane has the power as an English captain to be like, you know what? This is my last day in Tottenham, and they will release him. After the English media put pressure on Daniel Levy, he's gonna let him go. But this man sits there and just sit there and he want to become the Premier League highest goal scorer. When your mates, everybody's winning the Premier League.
Let's
you said it all
on that one, right? And I think no matter what, I think everyone can just agree with Kev said, right? If Harry Kane stays in Tottenham this season, he's basically chasing for that Premier League record, which that would be great. But I think when it's all said and done, it's going to be very hard to put Kane against these great players. It's going to be very difficult
without winning any trophies.
The Drogba, because the Drogba did not have like a Vardy. It's Vardy, Lukaku. All these people have won things, but the Drogbas is one and multiple and add everything.
I'll be right back.
So yeah. Well, I mean, the next one was really for him, but I guess we can, let's so I'm always gonna have an issue with that because like for me, playing football in the Premier League and in competitive football, the name of the game is winning. You know what I'm saying? That's why we should play. Me personally, people always ask me this with Man United, right? What are my expectations? Every season, I tell you this: it's to win the Premier League. That is the ultimate goal. It cannot change. Yes, you can have situations where you're not really at that position, but that is always
mentality. The mentality is
mentality, and that's the bar stick you hold. Yeah, you may fall short, but then now you know what you need to get up to. So for Kane, I love him as a player. You know what I'm saying? I like you said, he has a skill set, passing, he drops down, he's silky. He's consistently kept his numbers up. But my guy, bro, anybody could have done that. Rooney would have stayed at Everton.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And do what he's doing. All these players could have stayed at these other clubs.
Here's the best example. The best example is RVP.
Exactly.
He left, bro, at the peak of his career. Like when he was almost like he knew he had just maybe 2 more years of top football. He said, "Let me go to Man U, get a trophy," and he gets more respect because of that.
Exactly.
He gets slander, but RVP gets more respect just because he won a Premier League. So it's also about the player mentality. Like players like Drogba didn't start off young in England. So you keep talking about Drogba. He came to England when he was already, I think, over 20. He was already in his mid-20s, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Harry Kane, like he's been there, like you said, he's been there for so long. Harry Kane is the one saying, "I'm signing these contracts because I love Spurs."
Yeah.
And by saying I love Spurs, you're saying you love a team that's not winning any trophies.
Yeah. And especially
so that alone, from a mentality standpoint, to me, just doesn't put him among greats. Compared to Drogba.
But we gotta stop.
Compared to Drogba.
The emotional part cannot be used when
it has to be used because it's football. Cristiano Ronaldo went to Real Madrid. He was at the top. What?
I understand that. I give them that. But the issue is that I cannot sit here and say the reason why Drogba is better than Harry Kane is because Harry Kane doesn't want to leave Spurs to go win trophies. If a player can leave, I even asked you a question. If Drogba was in Spurs,
he would never be because his mentality is different. He wants to win. He'll never go to a club like Spurs.
Exactly.
That's the first.
That's what I'm saying. I put Harry Kane ahead of Drogba any single time because I know that
Kane is scoring all these goals and not winning anything. So like Drogba's
if I put
goals
Harry Kane in that Chelsea squad, that Drogba wasn't.
If
wins.
buts and maybes,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
all we're
That's all
doing.
you
If
say.
buts and
If
maybes,
buts and
I can
maybes.
say if
Good,
I put
good.
Messi here, if I put Mbappe there, that didn't happen. The fact is, it didn't happen.
But now you say you're using the mentality check to judge great players.
Of course, you are saying you said something about Spurs, and I'm like, well, it's not, and it's his choice. Every contract he signs is his choice. Nobody's putting a gun on his head, a thing on his neck. He had the opportunity to leave, and he said he's gonna stay to do what again? At some point, you just gotta know when it's time to to cut your losses. Harry Kane has to cut his losses, man. He's 30. He's 30.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
Yeah.
I personally see that. So he got to figure out what he wants to do with that. I wanted to touch on, Kevin, but he wanted to talk about, how football changing with the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
So honestly, I think we've been this has been a good pod. So you may have to pin that to the next one, man.
Absolutely.
But yeah, appreciate you again, High IQ, man. It was a good pod. He was a little down today. I don't know. I ain't get the energy I was really looking for. So the next time you gotta come back with the energy, bro. I don't know. It seems like they shut down all your facts. Like, last one you came out swinging. You came out swinging. You had some point. You had me thinking, but today, really,
they were bobbing and weaving, man.
The facts was, I don't know, man.
Nah, man, bro. I literally,
you gotta come back. The next week we're gonna be back again, but you gotta come ready, bro. You gotta come ready.
With some high IQ facts.
Yeah, and get the energy right. Yeah, the high IQ facts. But to this one, bro, you lost. You lost this one, bro.
This one is not holding up, man.
Yeah,
this overrated Drogba thing gotta go.
Let that one go. Drogba stuff, I'm coming back again, man.
Yo, come back. All right, listen, I think this the Facts podcast, so the facts always win. So we'll give you that. But I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate the boys for coming in. Appreciate y'all, Kev. Definitely, man. It was happy to have you on. I like the energy. I like the energy you came with it, man. And the facts was right. So definitely, man, you're more than welcome to come again, next week and everything. But everyone that's watching, Kev, I don't know, man. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the pod, man. We definitely trying to get 100 subscribers before the season starts. So let's help us get there, man. Like the video, drop the comments. If you agree with High IQ, get in the comments in there and tell us what you think. If you agree with what Kev is saying, get in there and what you think, man. If you feel like they had a good performance as well, man, drop in the comments and get us there, man. So yeah, let's make sure we subscribe, hit that notification bell.
The like button too.
Y'all. Mom, I appreciate y'all. High IQ, I appreciate you. Kev, I appreciate you. Sekou, Cham, and there was another I came in as well, man. So